Well, good morning. Um, I kind of skipped a week here and missed last week. So hopefully you guys had a blessed week last week after celebrating Resurrection Sunday. And hopefully you're getting ready for another great week as we reach into this new week of April. And it seems like this year is quickly whisking by us and moving forward. So hopefully you find yourself blessed as you those who will hear this message or whenever you listen to it. Hopefully you're being blessed in that moment. Today, a thought came to mind. I was reading in the book of Exodus, basically Exodus 2, and we're going to go through verse 11 through 14. And the song from Michael Jackson came up. As you see the title of this, it always feels like somebody's watching me. And as you listen to that song, as I was reading this passage in Exodus, it really stands true. Someone is always watching what we're doing. They're watching how we respond, not just when things are going well, but most importantly, they're watching us how we respond when we face adversity and face some of the attacks that may come our way and challenges that might come our way in life. So, in this passage in Exodus 2, we see that Moses has grown up a little bit, and as he's working hard, he witnesses um, an Egyptian hit a Hebrew, which is one of his family members. So, in response to seeing this attack on one of his family members, Moses kind of looks both ways to make sure no one is looking. And just when he thinks that no one is looking, he strikes and kills this Egyptian. He kills him. But now, mind you, he looked around, sort of like we do sometimes. We think we're out of the presence of others and no one is really watching us. And we commit certain acts and we respond different ways, not knowing that someone's eyes is always on us. And let me read exactly what happens here next. And it says that the next day after Moses had killed this Egyptian in retaliation for him striking one of the Hebrews, is one of his family members. It says the next day he went out there again. Two Hebrew men were fighting. Now there's two Hebrew men fighting against each other. And he spoke to the man who started it and he said, "Why are you hitting your neighbor?" Now listen to how the Hebrews responded to Moses. He thought that he killed this Egyptian when no one is watching. And here's where we have to be careful to make sure we understand that when we respond to life's challenges and adversity, someone is watching what we do more than they hear what we say. And in verse 14, the man shot back at Moses. He said, "Who do you think you are, telling us what to do? Are you going to kill me the way you killed that Egyptian?" And at that moment, I probably could see the light bulb going off in Moses' head. Not only was he fearful that he's going to pay the cost of what he did to that Egyptian, but if you're reading this passage yourself, hopefully it strikes you as saying, "Whoa, I must be careful to when I respond to certain things that happens, that I respond in the way that Christ would have me to respond, so that my actions will be an example that someone else can follow as a child of God." Too many times over the last few years, we've seen too many of the church folk, of Christians, who have responded to adversity in a very non loving manner. And although they've been hurt, and you can understand the hurt and the pain, our reaction is what God wants to control from us. Our reactions to circumstances is how God wants to use us to teach others. So before you respond, pause, pray, and ask yourself, will my response be a response that God would be happy that I'm setting an example for someone who may be lost and looking to me for the example of how they should respond to life's adversity? So be careful, my friends and family. As you go along this journey, you're surely gonna face some challenges. You're surely gonna face some attacks. I would tell you that I had an opportunity to put this in play recently where someone really kind of lashed out at me. And all I could tell them is I understand that this battle is not against the flesh. It's the spirits and the demons that wants to separate us, wants to trip us up, wants to become stumbling blocks. So I said, my brother, I'm gonna pray for you regardless. While you allow the flesh and those spirits to take over your flesh is to act that way, I'm going to continue to pray because that's how we fight this battle. Because it's surely not mine, it's the Lord's. So hopefully, what we are all reminded of is, although it's sometimes tempting and sometimes it's justifiable, I admit, sometimes you want to justify the reaction. But guys, it's not worth losing your soul, causing others to stumble. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed week. If you have any prayer requests, please put them in the comments. I'll check them and I'll include them in my prayers. Have a great one, and I'll talk to you guys later.